greed, global truth.
New greed? That's to the world over. Yeah, forever. I'm breaking generational curses. The wealth gap is merging. Right. Half the city, they know me through these Israelite conversions. Hey. I think we have a disturbance, lights off in the churches. I see behind the curtains, I ain't scared of none of you serpents. I was bred for this, might just lose my head for this. Holy Spirit activate, bless me with a 7 cents. We strapped up, yeah, we well equipped. People turning devilish. Here comes Judah. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Rise up and fight, don't let them take you out your element. Right. Carry this cross, I'ma take you where you never been. They minds are corroded, eye sockets full of locusts. Lying while I'm shining, they can never take my focus. These rappers is bogus, rap style insidious. Listen to them close, you can hear how evil they really is. I pray to rap for God, or you and your affiliates. Been watched since a child, they know about my lineage. Yeah, I'm full blood, bred for the war. Every time they take away, all he do is give us more. They cold blooded, piercing with the sword. Let the Lord sort them out, or let their hearts hit the floor. You either with me or against me, 100 or you 50. I'll replace you, don't you tempt me. Sometimes I feel empty, tell the world to come and get me. Got this Henny on the rocks, reading Revelations, then I look up at the clock. They feel the devastation when they make they self a op. Let the dead bury the dead, yeah, let them niggas rot. I've been galvanized, slandered, and so despised. Now I rise, hit the surface like a strong tide. Can't touch me, I cut you like some barbed wire. Going in this book and get it popping like a fish fry. Make the matrix get a glitch when I spit mine. Crossing over thin lines in these end times. Trying to find balance, drinking wine out this chalice. Anything worth having is gonna come with a challenge. I'm a glutton for pain. Matter of fact, I'm an addict. Every time I suffer, I'm coming back more savage. I'm full-blooded, bred for the war. Every time they take away, all he do is give us more. They cold-blooded, piercing with the sword. Let the Lord sort them out, or let their hearts hit the floor. They be talking, they don't wanna go to war. When the sky open up, let them bodies hit the floor. Christ is coming and that line about to roar. Repentance and no more, that's required of the Lord. These vocal cords be on fire, feel the force. I'm a life of no divorce, there's a riot in the chorus. Sky high, fly through lightning, watch me soar. They be hating cause we on, and they scared to pay it forward. They be pacing, curse the day that we was born. But it's too late cause it's on. We playing at a whole nother level now.
Light skin, can't sweat.
Don't you get it? We all in. Ain't no turning back from here. To your nation you pledged. They don't love you till you dead or in jail. Now we gotta switch gears if we should ever prevail. I don't trust a single soul, now I'm back in my shell. My rhyme book's a holy grail, these inscriptions are felt. Death to my former self, cause I'm dead to sin. Lord, give me the strength, cause I dare to win. Broken hearted by the ones that was best of friends. Circumvent all this pain when you bless these hymns. I walked the world with good intentions and found some favor. All these run-ins with the wicked, it had made us courageous. Take me to the embassy, I needs my papers. Touchdown US soil, I'm surrounded by agents. But you really don't love me, I'm just here for entertainment. Pulled over daily, dirty cops trailing. Blood in my eyes, I survived, I'm a legend. Somebody call a reverend in the damn prime minister. Fire on all cylinders, the fear of my lineage got me on this pilgrimage. Steady snapping pictures of me and all my affiliates. But they don't understand how real this life really is. Don't you get it, my Aki? This guerrilla warfare, covert operations been watching us all year. What we have is so rare, but only time will tell. Put a nail in the coffin, Babylon is dead. I'm a modern day Garvey, to my nation I pledge. If they find Don Q, I hope it's off with his head. Double honors to Elijah, keep him spiritually fed. This a general's prayer, half these rappers is squares. I make them get up out they seats like it's musical chairs. Throw your fists in the air, rip this system to shreds. I'm anti-establishment, badger these critics. This a full court press, I've been hacking these figures. Don't you get it, my Aki?
This guerrilla warfare, covert operations been watching us all year. What we have is so rare, but only time will tell. Put a nail in the coffin, Babylon is dead.
Boxing with the devil on the ropes, got him clenching. Down goes the henchman, evil intentions and these wicked inventions. We can see the future like we watching The Simpsons. My friends turn envious, now they arch nemesis. My cartridge stay loaded like a damn Sega Genesis. Evacuate the premises, them Hebrews looking militant. I've been waiting here tentative, looking at the world burn with a surge of energy. One day the haters must learn, the meek shall inherit the earth, enemies must serve. One day them haters must learn, the meek shall inherit the earth, enemies must serve. I know that it ain't no turning back from here. No turning back from here. I know. No turning back from here. No turning back from here. Shalom. What's going on, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. Welcome to another broadcast. Pound that like button on y'all's way in. Let's see here. I see Dextrous in the house. Charlene, Authentic Entertainment. Nathan's in the building. Nelly, what's going on? Carlos, Crystal Jeter, Wanda Austin. Yes. Oh, yeah. Chosen ones. I know y'all can feel the energy. I know y'all can feel the vibrations and the frequency. A lot of y'all are very intuitive and y'all plugged in. Y'all really locked into what's going on. And some of you all may be aware of some of the changes that's taking place within this world right now. And I'm going to be bringing some sources out today and really explaining the importance of getting ready for the times to come. Of course, not out of the spirit of fear, but out of the spirit of faith and knowing, because some of the changes that are about to occur are going to be beneficial to God's people. Yeah, that's right. Some of the changes are going to be downright in our favor. Remember, the scriptures tell us that everything that happens in this earth is for the greater good of those that are chosen. So while the world powers is playing checkers, the Most High, he's playing chess. So you got to keep in mind that the only people who have the fear is those who are workers of iniquity, those who are against the chosen. See, some things are about to manifest spiritually. Some things that a lot of God's people been warning the 2/3, the rest of the planet. Some things are about to happen that we've been warning people about, and now it's going to come into fruition. And then when it happens, it's going to hit like a drum. And it's going to be nothing short of prophecy. And then all of the scriptures that we've been reading, they're going to just jump off the page. They're going to leap off the page. And people are going to know without a shout of a doubt that God's word be true and every man be a liar. And that's what we're about to understand today. There's a lot going on in the world. Chosen ones, I need you, first of all, to understand that there's a great deal of spiritual warfare taking place against you. The witches, the warlocks, the gang stalkers, the perpetrators, the enemies in disguise, the fake friends, the deceivers, those Decepticons out there. What's about to take place is a lot of things that they've been doing behind closed doors is about to backfire on them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have traveled down the road less traveled and you seeking after the Most High, the Almighty, and you have vowed to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities and do what you're supposed to do. Just, the right thing. Even if it costs you everybody, even if it costs you loved ones, friends, family, it doesn't matter. You decided that it's no turning back from here. You can see the state of the world, and you know that we're living in a broken society that's spinning on a broken axis, and that the only thing that you can really do is keep your foot mashed on the gas pedal, keep on seeking the Father's face, and striving in this uphill battle to do his will. And that's all you can really do. There's no turning back from here. Let me tell you, there's some scandalous things happening behind the scenes. There's witches designated, there's warlocks, wizards designated to try to stop and hinder all of your progress. And what's happening is these witches are casting spells and they're just not working. See, this is going to be multifaceted because I'm going to talk about some current events of what's going on, some of the changes that's being made right underneath our noses. Because, over here, we give you global news, man. A lot of things that a lot of other platforms don't discuss, we bring it out. Because I feel as content creators, it's our due diligence to be journalists and bring forth the news. Besides, most people watch these platforms more than your mainstream news channels anyway. So we might as well look at this through the lens of the scriptures, opposed to having these talking heads projecting their psychological warfare on the people. So I'm here to give you some real news, but at the same time, you need to know what's happening amongst people in our everyday goings, in our everyday lives, so to speak. What people are doing, what's going on behind the scenes, because the witches are out, and I need you to know that a lot of witchcraft is about to backfire and some things are going to manifest. Now, y'all know for years, I've personally been warning a lot of people about getting involved with tarot cards, hoodoo, juju, black magic, Santeria, tarot cards. I don't know if I said that already. Stones. And most of all, one big thing that I've been warning people about is burning sage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's been a lot of debate about burning sage. Although, you can connect burning sage to occult circles, witchcraft, the actual covens will come together to burn sage, to channel dark energy and dark matter. That's the root of burning sage. Come to find out, I have emphatical proof that burning sage is summoning demons. Emphatical proof. So once we see this proof that burning sage is in fact summoning demons, you're going to understand that a lot of people who are into the occult or into the new age and these different esoteric practices that most people are doing, a lot of women are doing in particular, all of the demons that are operating are about to show up. So when I talk about changes are going to come, the devil is going to finally show his face, and he's going to send forth these malevolent forces, and paranormal activity is about to go sky high in this planet, because when the scriptures talk about the demons being released from Sheol, we're living in that time. That veil and that seal has been lifted. So you're going to see, I'm talking about, it's going to be crazy. People are going to be literally losing their minds because they're going to be living in these haunted houses. So you're going to see behavior. You're going to see a lot of more mental health problems. Behavior patterns are going to really change within people. And this is one of the changes, but there's a lot more. But with no further ado, let's talk about this burning sage thing, man. I got to show y'all this real quick. Because this right here is crazy. Here we go. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, I checked this footage. It hasn't been tampered with. It is coming from a ring light. Now I want you to see this woman burning sage and what happens.
got an insult. Keep me going. For this pumpkin. I have like a sore throat going on up on my voice is kind of raspy. And as you can see, what the fuck? What the? Lily, baby.
First up, I don't know how many people this video.
But y'all want to keep on burning sage, though. Now, the video, again, I am not a shock jock. I do my due diligence. I do my job. That video has not been tampered with. What you just seen is just a fragment of what's about to take place with a lot of people being involved with not only burning sage, but calling psychics, tarot readings, playing with stones, casting jinns, believing that stones can protect you from certain things. You're playing with the devil. And when things start going bump in the night and mass possession takes place, and these things are happening inordinately, and these things are really corrupting society, you have nobody to blame, because you're inviting evil spirits. You're inviting the demons. So listen, y'all gotta understand, chosen ones. This is what I need you to know. Now is the time that you really protect your energy. I'm talking about now is the time to find out what people are into. You must be inquisitive. Let me see here. Somebody get Dustin, put Dustin on timeout. Because we don't, you just, as a matter of fact, I got it. I'm gonna put you on timeout for, let's see how long. Now they give you a time period, how long you want to time people out. If you come in here and you just saying random things and it's not on topic, I'm putting you on timeout. But as you can see, this is what's going to be happening in a lot of households.
I got an insult. Keep me going. For this pumpkin. I have like a sore throat going on up on my voice is kind of raspy. And as you can see, what the fuck? What the? Lily, baby.
First up, I don't know how many people this video.
And you see, she got up out of there, didn't she? See, the Bible says my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Y'all seen how quick she beat her feet, right? See, this is what happens when you don't have the knowledge, when you're not reading the scriptures. Now you got to pay attention to who's around you, ladies and gentlemen. It really boils down to knowing what people are into, being inquisitive, being intelligent enough to be around people and be like, you know what, what's your belief system? What are you into? Just so you can know whether or not you want to partake in sharing energy with that person, because these things can come to your house too. That was a demon. There was an evil spirit that she invited by burning sage. Now, so all you new ages, all you individuals who think it's cool, trust and believe this is only the tip of the iceberg of what's about to take place. Right? Now, there's much more going on. There's much more, but I thought I would bring that out so you can understand that the things that's about to take place are not just going to be like these laws that are changing and the AI, which we're going to discuss. We got a lot of things to talk about, but you must also understand that the intermingling of two worlds are now about to officially bridge. See, this life that you've been living all this time been a matrix. And these two worlds, the spiritual world, which Stranger Things call it the upside down, in the physical world are literally merging right now. That's why you got these phenomena happening at concerts. This is why you got CERN down there in Switzerland. This is why you got an increase in paranormal activity and spiritual ones. You got to be ready for this. You literally got to be armed up and ready. You got to put the full armor on and understand that the time is changing. There's a paradigm shift. There's a metamorphosis going on in society. Now you got to make sure you right in the right vein. You understand what I mean? You got to make sure you really tapped in and you plugged in with this word. So, you know, this is what we got to prepare for. This is some of the changes, and this is how you get ready. Because people be like, what do you mean how you get ready? What do you mean get ready? You got to stay in this word, bro. Because while people out here tweaking, losing their everlasting mind, you want to have your head on a swivel, right? You definitely want to be able to think properly, right? Because people going to be crashing out left and right. Now, there's something I want to share with you all. And shout out to my brother Hebrew Hub. There's some interesting weaponry that's also being introduced to the public. See, a lot of times I like to really be in touch with the intelligence community. I'm really into those things. For those that don't know, I'm really just a cool nerd, bro. At the end of the day, I'm into tech. I'm into the advances that society is making, because I understand that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, as the scriptures tell us. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, you know, but they have carnal weaponry. And if you're not walking in the spirit, you can fall prey to some of the weaponry. And when some of the weaponry is released, it's going to have a change on the general public. All right. All right, let's continue. Let's talk about biological weapons, because this is something that's about to be used in real time. Let me just explain this to you. Right now, there's an increase in what they call white lung disease is taking place in children. Right now, you're seeing commercials on TV where they're normalizing heart attacks in children. They're desensitizing you to the idea of children getting heart attacks. So the depopulation agenda is going on full-fledged. They're trying to fulfill the prophecies of the Georgia Guidestones and eliminate a great deal of the world's population. This is what's taking place, right? But I want you to hear about this biological weapon that they got in the makings. Now, we're talking about a weapon that would make everybody either go to sleep or feel extremely anxious. And this weaponry is not out of the question when you think about what's going on in this world right now.
Dr. Tara O'Toole is a senior fellow and executive vice president at InQtel, a private nonprofit strategic investment firm that links the United States intelligence community and venture-backed startup firms on the leading edge of technological innovation.
We can now engineer biological weapons. We can make organisms that are resistant to vaccines, that are resistant to antibiotics. We can combine different diseases in peculiar ways that would make them very difficult to diagnose or treat. And we are not limited to infectious diseases. We are, as I said, learning to manipulate how the brain functions, and a weapon that would make everybody go to sleep or feel extremely anxious.
They have found weaponry that can manipulate brain functions. We're talking about EMF, electromagnetic fields, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about they have hybrid weaponry coming from alien species, just to tell you straight up what's going on here. You know, they're dealing cohesively with the fallen ones, the fallen angels. And this is what's going on right now. And the scriptures prophesy all of this. And when you go into the word, right, Hebrews 1:2 says, have in these last days spoken unto, it says, have in these last days spoken unto us by his son, whom he have appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. Now, it didn't say the world. It said he made the worlds. And this, again, this is Hebrew 1:2, where he made the worlds. I tell you, it's more than one world, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta change your mind frame of when you hear the word the word world, right? When you hear the word world, you believe that what you see here is everything. It's the know all, be all. There's nothing else. There's no other dimension. That's nothing. No, there's different worlds. Now, what is the scriptures going to say about Christ, who prophesies about these worlds, plural? It says, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high. So you got to understand, Christ is sitting on the right hand of the Father, and he can see the merging of these worlds. He can see these worlds, and his glory and his light is the only thing that can really get us through. You understand? That is our navigation system. The words that we read in this Bible is our navigation through these worlds, not through the world, but through these worlds. So what you have is these psychotic agents who are pretty much waging intergalactic warfare on the chosen ones, on the children of the light, because we are nothing more than an extension of Christ. You understand? We are nothing more than an extension of our ancestors. We're like avatars on this planet. This is why the Most High said, I have knew thee before you were formed in the womb. He already knew us. We are an extension of them. We are formed in this planet, and we are the biggest threat to their new world order, to their, global conquering. We're the biggest threat. We're like the glitch in the matrix, ladies and gentlemen. So I need you chosen ones to also begin to get ready and really start to think more highly of yourselves and cleave closer to the Messiah. I know I just said a lot, but to sum up what I just said, because sometimes I be going over people's head, I get it. You need to look at yourself for who you are. You're a royal priesthood, and you must cleave to the Messiah to navigate through the war of the worlds. That's why it's a movie out called The War of the Worlds. There's a reason for this. This is what's going on, right? But listen here.
Is not out of the question. It's also important to realize that agriculture, which is $1 trillion industry in the U.S., could also be targeted.
Agriculture, which is $1 trillion industry, will be targeted. It's already being targeted. So she said can be targeted. No, agriculture is already being targeted. This is why another part of getting ready is becoming more agricultural. Becoming more agricultural is a very important skill set and trade that you must develop moving forward. You must teach your children the skills that our ancestors had. You must learn how to plant seeds, get a green thumb. You must understand how to grow crops again. You have to tap into what your ancestors was doing. And this is why God's chosen people are now, doing land grabs. We're now more so looking towards building up on our land, developing our land, learning these trades. Why? Because the Lord is preparing us. This is how we get ready. Because not even just Monsanto seeds and all of those things, but you got to understand they don't want people to have anything, pretty much. And what I mean by that is they don't want you having access to food at all at some point without bearing the mark of the beast. They don't want you to have access. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a chosen one, you already moving according to what's happening. Let's go.
Bioweapons are very difficult to collect intelligence against because virtually everything that you need, as well as all of the operations, are dual use. They look like legitimate biology. They have a very small footprint, and they're hard to track. And as I said earlier, the science, the know-how, and the equipment are all easily and increasingly accessible and increasingly automated.
It's increasingly accessible, and it's automated. So you got these maniacs who can flip a switch and destroy crops, livestock, and so forth. They got energy weapons. On top of that, they got a strange fire. Now, that's not coming from this planet. You seen it in Maui with the Hawaiian wildfires. You seen a fire that was prophesied in the scriptures as being a strange fire. It's out of this world. It's from another world. You understand? It's from another dimension. The flame and the damage it did wasn't like a normal flame. You understand? And this is what these people are capable of at this time. But here's the thing. A lot of what they're doing is going to backfire on them. Scripturally, biblically, God's people have to be sealed. It's prophetic, right? It's prophetic. Now, there's a lot of interesting things going. I want to share another source with you all. And if you can, ladies and gentlemen, pound the like button on your way in. If you're just joining, I do realize that some people get the notifications late. So hit the like button. Let's talk about more changes that are happening and coming to the planet and how we can get ready.
Priced out of buying homes. We have been priced out of having kids. Our kids have been priced out of adulthood because most will never be able to leave the financial umbrella of their parents.
Mm-hmm.
We've been priced out of certain jobs. I literally can't work here or I'm losing money. We've been priced out of transportation, whether it's luxury item or just the maintenance of keep.
We have been priced out and outsourced out of practically everything. This is the reality of the situation. Somebody said they cannot hear it. I know it's a bit low. That's really not on my end. Let me see if I can adjust it somewhat. You know what? There's another way where I can play it right through the program, but I'm gonna have to stop.
We have been priced out of buying homes. We have been priced out of having kids. Our kids have been priced out of adulthood because most will never be able to leave the financial umbrella of their parents. We've been priced out of certain jobs. I literally can't work here or I'm losing money. We've been priced out of transportation, whether it's luxury item or just the maintenance of keeping transportation. We've been priced out of education, how much you spend on a degree versus what you get back from it, not worth it. We have been priced out of our neighborhoods, and now we're being priced out of the holiday season. People literally stood in line for hours to have Thanksgiving dinner at Golden Corral because it was cheaper than buying food and cooking for your family. All the reasons on why you were a productive, tax-paying, law-abiding citizen, we've been priced out of.
Exactly. Now, what she just said is key. Now, I know the volume was low. Y'all couldn't hear it at all. Because I can hear it, but it does sound low. Anyway, I'm going to reiterate what she said, all right? What she just said was we've been priced out of transportation. We've been priced out of pretty much most jobs. We've been priced out of gas. Everything from transportation to our neighborhoods to homes, we have been totally outsourced and priced out of. Everything, now listen, everything that would make people remain law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. So now I want you to listen to what I just said. You've been priced out of everything. Everything that will make you law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. What do you think is going to happen now? Anarchy is going to spread, ladies and gentlemen. What happens when the people have no reason to be law-abiding, tax-paying citizens? what happens? See, they're slowly, incrementally rolling this out. Lawlessness and chaos is coming. I'm not saying this so you can be afraid. I'm telling you this so you can get ready. This is biblical prophecy. The book of Esdras tell you that there will be people rummaging households, stealing, breaking into cars, all of that. Now I'm paraphrasing, but the word does tell you that because of lack of bread, all hell is going to break loose. Now, how do you get ready for something like that? One may ask. Well, you have your Second Amendment. You need to keep that. Yeah, keep that. You have shepherds. You have real leaders, real teachers out here chosen by the Most High to lead you in peaceful places. You remember what the Bible says? It says, and share the scripture with me if you get a chance, ladies and gentlemen. The Bible tells us that in the multitude of thy counsel, there is safety. Where there's no leadership, where there's no men of Yah, where there's no truthers, where there's no courageous, mighty men, there's no safety. So what's happening right now? What's the language that all of the men of the Most High speaking right now? The men of the Most High saying, get out of the cities that are about to turn 15-minute cities and smart cities. All of the men of the Most High are saying this. Get out of those places. All of the men of the Most High are gravitating towards being more agricultural and self-sufficient. All of the men of the Most High are trying to get out of certain locations. Why? Because there's no peace there. So that's what's happening. Let me see. Let me get this person out of here. Anybody saying just random stuff, I'm putting them on timeout. You come to the wrong chat. I'm about my business over here. You don't just come over here saying random things in my chat. So we got him out here. We got Jamarcus out of there. So what she's saying essentially is what's next? What's to come of all of this? What's to come of all of this? Now, I know the volume is pretty low on that. It has some more time to it, but I will spare y'all that and show you the next source since her volume was so low. And I want to share with you all the AI revolution also that is to come. And it's, practically here. AI revolutionary. Bill Gates' vision of a 3-day work week. Now, the only reason that I am reacting to William Gates is because he has the strange ability to predict a lot of things that happen. Like, certain viruses came out and, they did a whole drill before it happens. And he, let's use the word predicted that it would happen. So sometimes when Bill Gates is saying certain things, I don't take it for play. He is clearly one of the elites, Luciferians. He's one of the trusted Idumeans. He's one of the vampiric people. I believe he's associated with Vladimir the Impaler and the elite Illuminati reptilian bloodline. I believe Bill Gates is also, I believe he's a half-breed, meaning half alien reptile and half human. I know some of the stuff I say, y'all be like, breed, you crazy. But that's what I personally believe, and he has a lot of insight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand these people, their ancestors is aliens and reptiles, and they have close, communication with these individuals and these entities. I would not doubt that these entities actually abduct Bill Gates and abduct these people time from time and show them what's next, right? But anyway, Bill Gates is talking about 3-day work weeks. And this could be a change that can come. So I want to evaluate this because the chances of 3-day work weeks at this current dispensation of time seem real plausible to me. The idea of 3-day work weeks, when you look at this current economy and what's going on, it seems plausible. So I want to react to this and share my insight on how we can actually prepare for that as well, right?
Work 3 days a week. Picture it. The changing landscape of our work lives, driven by the relentless march of technology and the transformative power of artificial intelligence. As we navigate through this era of rapid advancement, our traditional 5-day work week seems poised on the brink of a revolution. Today, we stand on the cusp of a future where machines, powered by AI, could potentially shoulder the burden of many tasks, freeing us from the constraints of time and the traditional work-life divide.
I mean, when you look at it, ladies and gentlemen, they're already putting a grid in place. There's a lot of structural changes already taking places. I went into, as I was traveling from Florida, just recently, y'all know I went to Florida, and as I was traveling back, I noticed that at the pilot gas stations, like the major gas stations, when you're traveling, you stop and you fill up. A lot of the truckers fill up. I noticed that they got it where there's nobody even working the register to pump your gas anymore. I mean, not to pump your gas, but to put your gas on the proper pump. Literally, they have it where it's touch screen. Boom, you go in there, you touch the screen, how much gas you want on what pump, you hit it, boom, you out of there. So there's no employees in some of the gas. Literally, in I'm talking about major gas stations where there's a lot of traffic. There's like one employee in there. One employee. And that's crazy. So when we think about the outsourcing that's taking place with AI, man, I mean, at some point, the people are not going to be needed to work 5 days a week. Especially when they start to put artificial intelligence out there that can do the grunt work, so to speak. Then you're going to have people working 3 days a week, and that's going to cause more anarchy because idle time is the devil's playground. You're going to have people who don't know what to do with themselves. They're going to be flipping, losing their mind because they're used to working. I mean, there's going to be a lot of changes. So how do we get ready for something like that, Breed? Well, here's the thing. Somebody said McDonald's is like that now. See, that's crazy. So this is what we do to get ready for something like that, right? What you must do is start to change your mindset on money and how currency works. We talk about currency, the natural flow, how currents work. You have to really think of how you can maximize your time, how you can liquidate your assets, and how you can have, what's the word I want to use? How you can have better literacy on how to manage your funds. And understand it's not about what you're making. It's not about how much money you bring. It's about how you spend it. If you're in a situation where you can save money up no matter how much you're making, that's money going in. You don't want your money to be like a basket with a hole at the bottom. You want to be somewhere, even if it's slight discomfort for a time period, where you can get the best bang of your buck because you can stack. You want to stack your chickens, bro. That's the main thing. It's not about trying to live above your means. It's not about trying to be seen by people. These are some of the changes you got to make, y'all. We call ourselves chosen ones. You might not always get the newest J's. You may not can be fly all the time. You may not can get your hair and nails done all the time, ladies. Y'all got to start maximizing with that. It's a waste of time spending all that money at the salon. It might be time for you to go natural, lock your hair up or do the sister coils or whatever y'all call those things and throw that joint back in a ponytail and keep it moving. Do what you got to do to maximize your time. Because when you look at what's happening right here, they want people to just be totally desperate and reliant on them. You want to go, your mindset got to go into a period of time where you're transitioning, you change into being self-sufficient. You're getting used to not having to spend all your money on rent because you done got yourself an RV, or you done got yourself a small home. You done gutted out a bus, especially you brothers out here who single. You know, you people, you brothers out here who don't have children. You know, because when you look at it, a lot of men don't have children. When you look at the statistics, especially within our people, most women are having babies by the same men. If you look at the numbers, a lot of brothers are walking around single with no children. So if that's the case, brothers, all you got is you. Don't keep giving your finances back into the system. You got to build with your people, man. You got to come together with like-minded people so you can have a living situation where you can actually stack, right? So that's just what it is, man. You got to be more resourceful. These are some of the small changes. Like, there's daily changes you can make with how you spend. Remember, it's not about what you make, and it's about what you saving, right? Let's continue.
We're moving towards a world where the lines between work and leisure are being redrawn, and our work weeks may be reshaped in ways we never thought possible. Enter Bill Gates, billionaire philanthropist and tech visionary, who recently proposed a tantalizing possibility: a 3-day work week. Yes, you heard it right. 3 days of work with AI and technology stepping in to fill the gap. This isn't about machines stealing our jobs. It's about redefining what work means to us, harnessing the potential of AI to improve our lives, and shifting our perspective on productivity and leisure.
That's what they're claiming, that this is giving us more leisure. See, this is how they're going to sell it to you. And a lot of people, most people who don't have the eyes to see, are going to say, you know what? America is the best place to live, man. We got so much leisure time now. AI and all these advances have made our lives better. We don't have to go punch a clock 5 days a week. Listen, let me tell you something. Without hard work, there's no progress. And this is how they're selling it to you. But where's the line drawn? And just because AI may replace your job and you may be working 3 days a week, that don't mean the work stops. See, this is why I say everything that happens work for the greater good. If you literally have only a 3-day work week, imagine what you can be doing with your time. Imagine what you can be doing with your time if you're not at punching a clock. You could be working for yourself. You can be doing things. See, this is one thing. You got to change your mind frame. We've been taught that we're supposed to work all our lives for somebody else. We're supposed to spend 8 to 10 to 12 hours every day punching a clock on somebody else's time. And we're not supposed to invest in ourselves. Your job is literally supposed to be used for you to invest in your own dreams. So you would be amazed what you can do when you got all that extra time if you're focused on something. You understand? If you focused on something and you locked in and you're dedicated, you can get a lot done. So although it may seem crazy, like, man, they outsourcing us, they taking our jobs, this is an opportunity for the chosen ones to do what they need to do to substantiate themselves. It's all about survival of the fittest, and it's all about how you look at this thing, right? A lot of people going to become self-made. See, either you're going to swim or you're going to drown. That's literally, that's what it boils down to. Either you're going to, in the world to come, either you're going to change your mindset and swim, elevate, build, become self-sufficient, or you fitting to drown in this society. That's the type of changes that's going to happen. Real talk. There's a lot of jewels being dropped right now. Hope y'all really paying attention. Let's go.
As Bill Gates recently suggested, this future might not be as far off as we think. Billionaire philanthropist Bill Gates has a vision for the future of work, a future reshaped by the powerful and transformative influence of artificial intelligence. It is a future where the traditional 5-day work week could be whittled down to just 3 days. Yes, you heard it right, a 3-day work week. In conversations with the likes of Trevor Noah on the podcast What Now?, Gates has shared his intriguing perspective. He believes that as AI and technology continue to evolve, they will undoubtedly alter the very definition of work. But contrary to popular belief, Gates doesn't see AI as a job killer.
Who cares how he sees it? It's definitely a job killer. Let me see. Thank you, Double M, for the contribution. Just says he says just showing my support. I appreciate the work you're doing. Thank you. I appreciate it, fam. Thank you.
Instead, he views it as a job transformer, a change agent that will redefine roles and responsibilities rather than replace them. This vision extends beyond the confines of the office space. Gates imagines a world where machines are capable of producing all goods and food. It's a world where human labor is not eradicated, but
all goods and food. Bill Gates says he wants to see a world where AI is producing all goods and food. So what does that mean for the chosen? We must start some type of trade system, some type of barter system where we are exchanging goods and foods. Now you should be beginning to see what the vision has been with the United Nation of Israel and myself and our colleagues and whatnot. You should see what the vision is now. You should see why we have a merchant hub online, which is newbreed.love. You should see why we have our own merchandise, our own goods. You should see why we're talking about the importance of, having a system where we can barter and trade and support each other. Because it's that very important. Because if we don't, guess what? We will have to rely on AI for all our goods and services. This is a real possibility in the near future, in the next couple years. Now, if this is the case, in order to get their goods and service, you're going to have to become one with AI. You're going to have to become one with the matrix. You're going to have to get the chip, y'all. You're going to have to get something unless you start to gravitate towards trading among your people, man. I'm telling you, this is what it boils down to. All right, let's continue.
Reshuffled, allowing us to focus on tasks that require creativity, critical thinking, and human touch. Yet Gates is not blind to the potential risks that come with this AI-led transformation. He's voiced concerns about the spread of misinformation, potential security threats, and the seismic shifts in the job market.
So this is something else you can expect. You can expect a lot of censorship in the near future, where there's going to be a war on false information. There's going to be bills passed where they're going to try to control everything that's being said. Like the way I'm speaking to y'all right now, you might not see that in the future, y'all. This is why we got to begin to gravitate towards one another off the internet. Come to the land walks we do. Come to the events. Show up. Because what'll end up happening is you slip through the cracks. Let's see here. You'll slip through the cracks, listening to these folks, man. Because they're going to control the information. It's a war for information. Let me see here. Thanks for the support. Let me see. Carlos says, you're right, New Breed. Self-sufficiency is the way to go. Absolutely.
But in the face of these challenges, Gates remains optimistic. He believes that with the right measures in place, these risks can be managed effectively. His optimism stems from the belief in human ingenuity.
Michelle Young, thank you for the contribution as well. I appreciate it. Sayup 2K, thank you for the contribution as well. Let's see. Says Venezuelans are Taino like Ricans. I support my people. All right, I don't understand what that got to do with the topic, bro. Anyway, let's go.
Ingenuity and adaptability. He trusts that we can navigate the changes brought about by AI, much like we have navigated shifts in the past. With AI at the helm, Gates envisions.
Thank you for the support as well, and for those who get upset because I'm thanking the people, stopping to thank them. It just is what it is. I'm a appreciative person. I'm grateful when people support the work. So you just got to bear with it. It just kind of is what it is. But I want you to listen carefully. Let's rewind a little bit.
Shifts in the past. With AI at the helm, Gates envisions a world where work is redefined and life vastly improved. A world where technology doesn't control us, but rather empowers us, making our lives more fulfilling and our work more meaningful. This is the future that Bill Gates sees, and it's a future he believes we can attain with the right approach to AI and technology. What could a 3-day work week mean for us? Imagine, if you will, a world where we work just 3 days in a week. A world where artificial intelligence and technology have taken up the mundane tasks, leaving us with more time to pursue our passions, spend time with our loved ones, and simply live life more fully. Sounds idyllic, doesn't it? One of the key benefits of such a world would be a vastly improved work-life balance. The extra days off would allow people to recharge, pursue hobbies, or spend more time with family, leading to a healthier, happier population.
And it sounds great on paper. It sounds absolutely great on paper, right? But do you really think that's going to happen when people don't have direction? Somebody said it sounds lazy. It does. It sounds like a world where people are going to be relying on smart cars to drive them everywhere. It's probably going to be driving people off of cliffs. They're going to rely on all their smart appliances, which, you know, we know there's a ghost in the machine, and eventually it's going to turn on the people because there ain't nothing but disembodied souls of demons controlling these appliances and smart cars and all of these things. But not only that, think about the fact that most Americans don't have direction. Meaning, if you were to be awarded a 3-day work week today or tomorrow and your pay did not change, chosen ones watching this, viewing this content, y'all have more direction right now, more ideas right now on where to go than most of society. Literally, you have more direction just watching this stream and being an avid listener and supporter of these platforms and of this platform. You have more of a direction from a biblical perspective than most people. Most people gonna crash the hell out and not know what to do with themselves. I'm telling you right now. Thanks for the support. And they're just gonna become lazy, lethargic, idle, and crime is gonna go up. It's gonna be crazy. Chosen one, I appreciate it. Literally, that's what's gonna happen. We talking about in America where obesity rates are just out of this world in this society. See, convenience is not always a blessing. We're talking about bread and circus on a mass scale where people are going to be literally falling apart out here. So you can look for that to take place in society. These are some of the changes that's taking place. Even there was a meeting at the World Forum at one of these world conferences. And I caught some of it. And it was very interesting what was said. So hear me out. In this meeting, one of the men were talking about the elite. We're going to be the only ones that's going to be able to travel in a world where AI is running things, where the only way you and I can travel is from the comfort of our own household. See, we don't see that this is a design to be stagnated. They're talking about putting on an Oculus, putting on a Matrix helmet, and being able to travel like that. So the elitists and the rich and the super wealthy can really separate themselves from you. They can really be separate from you. That's their idea. So the goal is actually to keep you stagnated. But the chosen one should know, while all this is happening, you got to put your pedal to the metal and be like, all right, I see this is happening. We got 3-day work weeks. All right, I see these jobs being replaced. Different laws are being passed. You know what? Now I got to work harder than ever. Now I got to connect with the like-minded because it's getting real. Everything that the scriptures say is being prophesied. Now I got to work on becoming self-sufficient. I'm telling you, the scriptures have warned us about all of these things, y'all. Let me get into the scripts. Let me get into the scripts here. Psalms 1:19. It says, blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Lord. Meaning, blessed is the undefiled. Blessed is they who are not defiled by this world, the technology thereof, the programming, the propaganda, the agendas, the lies, the deception. Blessed thee who are undefiled by these things, who keep a pure mind and keep an organic mind, bro. Seriously, let's continue.
Moreover, research suggests that shorter work weeks could actually increase productivity. When people are less stressed and more rested, they're likely to be more focused and efficient during the hours they do work. Mental health could also see a significant boost. With more time to relax and less work-related stress, rates of burnout and mental health issues could potentially decrease. However, a 3-day work week is not without its challenges.
No, mental health issues are going to increase with a 3-day work week. You give these people a 3-day work week, AI replaces their job, and they have no direction whatsoever in a society where they're still, they're still barely maintaining, because while all this is happening, prices are going to continue to climb. So it's like they setting people up for the kill. They're fattening people up for the slaughter. For real.
There are wage implications to consider. Would people earn less because they're working fewer hours? Or would pay rates be adjusted to maintain livelihoods? And what about job security? As AI takes over more roles?
These are real questions right here. What he just said. Will the pay rate be adjusted since it's less work? Do these people have to worry about losing their jobs once AI has been perfected? What's the outcome of all of this? Listen to these questions.
As AI takes over more roles, will there be enough work to go around? Moreover, there's the societal adjustment. We're so ingrained in the 5-day work week that transitioning to a 3-day model would be a major shift. It would require not just logistical changes, but a fundamental shift in our perception of work and its role in our lives. While the concept of a 3-day work week may seem daunting, it presents an intriguing prospect for the future of work. In a world where AI is increasingly integral to our lives, we've taken a deep dive into Bill Gates's vision of a 3-day work week.
This is very possible, man. Listen, the scriptures tell us that we see the truth through a murky lens. I'm not claiming that this will happen, but I have to examine everything that's plausible, especially if it's coming from one of these elitists. And he was on that podcast where Bill Gates was saying, hey, it will be a 3-day work week at some point. He predicted a lot of things. So, I find a need to examine these type of discussions and really see the possibilities, because at the end of the day, the future is for those who prepare for it. Malcolm X.
We've explored the profound implications of this shift, understanding how technology won't replace jobs, but rather transform them. We've examined how a world where machines...
If somebody said depression will be on an all-time high, idle time will be crazy. Idle time will be crazy. I mean, it's almost like the world powers want to isolate people to be trapped by the demons and the Satan and the jinns. It's almost like they want people to be as stagnant as possible. That's why, chosen ones, you got to move like water. You got to constantly have some motion. You got to constantly be working towards something. You got to be active. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. That's another change. If you haven't made that shift, that's something else you can do to get ready. Make sure you're not procrastinating, that you got your goals in front of you and you moving. Rumble, young man, rumble. Rumble, young lady, rumble. Make those moves. Get those things done. You know what got to be. Listen, here's the thing. Chosen ones at this point, we know what got to be done. All we got to do is do it. We know what got to be done. Let's go.
Produce all goods and food could look like. We've also considered the potential risks, misinformation, security threats, and job market changes. Yet, with Gates's optimism, we've seen how these challenges can be managed. As we stand on the brink of this new era, one thing is certain: The future of work is set to change in ways we can only begin to imagine.
And that is true. Even if it's not 3-day work weeks, there's a change coming when it comes to work. There's a change coming when it comes to what's going to go on in this world as far as how we do things in society. It's coming. Anybody with the intuition and insight, you can feel it. They can't just keep printing money off like Monopoly paper, creating this big old gulf of debt. And, you know, these things don't come to a helm, y'all. It just can't continue to go that way. The scriptures tell us in Daniel 12:4, it says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. That's important. Now, when it says many shall run to and fro, we're talking about people not knowing what to do, y'all. People running to and fro. This is prophetic. And it said knowledge shall increase. It's not just talking about the knowledge of the chosen ones, because the books was healed and sealed. It's talking about worldly knowledge too. We're talking about technological advances. We're talking about changes. Knowledge shall increase on both sides, the tree of good and the tree of evil. So when it's talking about knowledge increasing, yo, it's happening, y'all. So we know there's going to be some changes coming with how we do things. Evolution is bound to take place in the next few years. When you look at the way things are going, evolution is bound to take place, man. And personally, like, I've always had foresight. And I praise the Most High. I give the Almighty all the praise. He's always given me insight on how to move, like when I can see things coming. So, you know, just take heed, man. The Lord really put it on me to speak about this evening. Andrea, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the work. But this is real talk. Change is inevitable. Only thing in life that is promised is change. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for these changes. Now, I dropped a lot of nuggets, a lot of truth, a lot of gems. You know, go back and rewatch this. Subscribe, like the video, support the ministry at newbreed.love. Get yourself some love notes. It stimulates our economy because we have our own economy. And it helps small businesses. That's our people who are trying to thrive and succeed. And it just helps us as a whole. It helps us get our land developed as well. So all praises to the Almighty. I thank y'all so much for coming through, catching another broadcast. I want y'all to have a blessed evening. Shabbat shalom, everybody who viewed. I got more content coming. For those looking for that stream I did earlier on Little Nas X, it got removed because it had some copyright issues. What I'm going to do later on, within the next few days, I'm going to be uploading a lot of different material that I removed off of YouTube. And it's all going on Patreons. A lot of content that some of you all may not have seen, but it's still very relevant today, will be on Patreon. So if you're not a Patreon, consider becoming a Patreon to get exclusive content that you won't see on YouTube. Anyway, thanks each and every one of y'all. I want y'all to have a blessed one. With that being said, shalom and peace.